What happened to the Nazis after World War II? It's one of the most fascinating and complex questions in modern history, and the answer goes far beyond the famous Nuremberg trials. In this video, we're going to journey through the aftermath of the war, uncovering what became of Nazi leaders, soldiers, and collaborators once Hitler's regime collapsed in 1945. Some faced swift justice in courtrooms, others managed to vanish into the shadows of history, and a surprising number rebuilt their lives in completely unexpected ways. After Germany surrendered, the Allies had to figure out what to do with millions of members of the Nazi Party and the powerful war machine they left behind. At the top were the major figures like Hermann Göring, Rudolf Hess, and Joachim von Ribbentrop, who were tried in Nuremberg for crimes against humanity, war crimes, and crimes against peace, resulting in death sentences or long prison terms. But justice was uneven. While some leaders were punished, thousands of lower-ranking Nazis slipped through the cracks. Many scientists and military experts were secretly recruited by both the United States and the Soviet Union in operations like Paperclip, which brought men like Wernher von Braun, the rocket engineer who later helped put Americans on the moon. Meanwhile, countless others fled to South America, often through so-called ratlands organized by sympathetic clergy, corrupt officials, or former comrades. Argentina, Brazil, and Chile became havens for high-ranking Nazis like Adolf Eichmann, the architect of the Holocaust, who lived under a false identity until Mossad agents captured him in 1960. Joseph Mengele, the notorious Angel of Death, escaped capture entirely and lived in hiding for decades before dying in Brazil. At the same time, ordinary German citizens who had supported or joined the Nazi Party were forced to go through a process called denazification, where the Allies tried to separate true believers from those who had simply gone along with the system. Some were banned from public office, others imprisoned, but many were eventually reintegrated into society as Germany rebuilt itself during the Cold War. And here's where it gets complicated. As the West and the Soviets turned against each other, priorities shifted. Suddenly, the expertise of former Nazis in intelligence, science, and military affairs became valuable. In West Germany, former Nazi officials quietly re-entered politics, business, and even law enforcement, while in East Germany, the Soviets used captured Nazis for propaganda and labor. The shadow of Nazism stretched into every corner of post-war life, raising moral questions that still linger today. How much justice was truly served, and how many escaped accountability? As we look at this story, we realize it's not just about trials or escapes, but about the uneasy truth that the end of the war did not mean the end of Nazism influence. It lived on through ideas, networks, and the controversial use of Nazi expertise during the Cold War. Understanding what happened after 1945 helps us see how the world we live in today was shaped not only by victory, but by compromise, secrecy, and survival. If you found this journey through the aftermath of World War II thought-provoking, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more historical deep dives, and let me know in the comments which part of this story surprised you most. Was it the hidden ratlands, the scientists working for America and the Soviets, or the way so many quietly blended back into society? History is full of unanswered questions, and together we can keep uncovering them one story at a time.